Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Yisro, from Shlishi to Revii. In this week's Parsha we have Yisro coming to the Jews after he hears the wonders that Hashem did for them, and he sees that Moshe Rabbeinu is giving judgment and counsel all day long for the Bnei Yisrael, and he says, you're going to get tired, the people are going to get tired, you got to come up with a different system. And that system is a series of judges, and the Dovor HaGadol, the great thing, you will judge, and Dovor HaKoshe, the small thing, you will let the other judges take care of. Moshe listens to the advice of his father-in-law in most regards. He anoints a bunch of Anshe Chayil, but he says that Dovor HaKoshe, the difficult thing, I will judge, and the Dovor HaKoshe, the small thing or not difficult thing, they will judge. So basically we see the distinction between what most of the world perceives on how to treat a case, whether it's more prestigious or what type of court system level you have to use. And they think the higher dollar amount is the more important thing, or the greater number of items involved. But the smaller thing is not as important, and we judge lower. However, in the Bnei Yisrael and the Torah, so whether it's $100 or $1 or $100 million, the rules apply the same. If it's a simple case, then it can be done by a simple Beis Din. It's a case, something that's more complicated, that's when you have to use an elevated court, such as the court of the Sanhedrin, the 71 judges. And Moshe Rabbeinu was considered to be like a Sanhedrin all by himself. Now the Brisker Rav gives another interpretation of the distinction between Dovor HaGadol and Dovor HaKoshe. And based on the Rambam, Maimonides, Maimonides says that there are certain cases that are Dovor HaGadol because those are the cases where it's something such as a tribe that most of the tribes serves idol worship, or certain sins of a king, and that's when you have to go and be judged only by the Sanhedrin. Again, Moshe Rabbeinu was the equivalent to the Sanhedrin. But there's another case where, which is Kasher, where what happens then is sometimes a smaller Beis Din is not able to understand the case, it's difficult, and they go to the Sanhedrin for counsel. And it's not a matter of the later judges deciding the case itself, and this is based on something in Devarim which says Dovor HaKoshe Yishma'un, that you will listen to, and it's a certain situation there where they will actually give counsel and send the case back to the lower courts, and with the lower courts they'll make the final decision. And that's why the Gemara later, the pasuk in Devarim says Dovor HaKoshe Yishma'un, that you will listen to and not judge it, because this is just giving counsel to the small judges, small courts, and not an actual deciphering. So according to the Brisker Rav, the Dovor HaGadol is something with a major case, like the case of a tribe that's doing idol worship, and there could be a death sentence there. And a smaller case is something more of a guidance to the other courts. So thank you for listening. Have a wonderful Shabbos and a wonderful week.